Good morning, everyone. So you've been asking for more chaffle recipes, and so I thought I would make one for you this morning. So of all of the different variations that I've tried so far, this is my absolute favorite. So if you're new to keto, you're new to what you have a question about what a chaffle is, it's super simple. It's just a waffle, but it's made up of cheese and egg, and literally that's it. And people have been making all sorts of different variations to a chaffle. So my favorite one, and it's also my husband's favorite one that I've tried, is a pizza stuffed chaffle. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and it's really, really easy. So if you haven't seen any of my posts or any of other people's posts out there about our favorite little waffle or panini maker, it's this Dash. It's really hot, so I'm not going to pick it up and touch it, but it's a Dash brand maker, and they're on Amazon. I'll post the link after I'm done with the video, but it's really cool because if I can turn it around without burning myself, it makes a tiny little perfect sandwich size little chaffle instead of the big huge Belgian waffles in a regular maker. So these are awesome. So really simple. All you do is literally grab some cheese, some shredded cheese. I don't measure anything. I just kind of sprinkle and cover the bottom. I use mozzarella. Yeah, it's hot. Mozzarella is my favorite for this in particular because it's really mild. So I do just kind of a one little layer. Let me turn it so you can see what's happening. One little layer. It doesn't matter if you can see stuff on the bottom. You don't have to spray anything on it. It's a really great nonstick surface. And then I love the brand Rouse Homemade. I don't know if you guys can see it. There is a pizza sauce, and it's pretty low. It's 2 net carbs for 1/4 cup. And you're not going to even use that much, a little regular spoonful. I put it on there and just smear it in there just really lightly. Nothing fancy. Literally that's it. And you put a few pepperonis on there. So I have kids, and they love these little mini pepperonis, and that's all I have right now. So I'm going to put them in there. But a regular size pepperoni, 3 of them fit perfectly. I'm just going to spread these out a little bit and make sure I kind of get them a little bit everywhere. You can see that cheese is cooking. And then in this bowl, sorry, I got a text and my phone stops when I get texts. So I've got 2 eggs in here, and I just scrambled them up, didn't add anything. So you just take a little bit of scrambled egg. I don't put much. You just kind of drizzle it in here. And sprinkle some more cheese on top. Literally, that's the end of the story. That's all it takes. And you sprinkle a little bit more on top. Close it up and cook it. The end. That's all you do. If I would have been smart, I would have prepared a couple already to show you what they look like afterwards. I like to cool them on a cookie sheet with kind of a little drying rack on top of it, because it gets the air under there, so the longer it sits, it gets harder and crispy. They're awesome. Once I pull this out, I'll show you what it's like. I like to dip them in ranch or dip them in more of the marinara sauce. But if you're just making a straight up chaffle with nothing else added, if you take the sauce out and the pepperoni out, that's it. It's cheese, then some egg, and then cheese. And the version, or kind of the ratio that I like to do, is 1 egg will make you 3 chaffles. And it's even less for this because you're taking up some space with other things. And I think you could probably do 4, maybe 5 chaffles with 1 egg for a pizza chaffle, or anything where you're adding extra ingredients. So while this is cooking, a couple of other ideas I've tried recently. One of them is just making think of any way that you make pancakes, and you can do that with a chaffle. So I've added fresh blueberries in kind of that little middle layer, closed them up. Awesome. I did that this weekend. Didn't even dip them in anything, but it would also be wonderful with sugar-free syrup. I've done it with chocolate chip stuffed chaffles, and then put a little peanut butter and chocolate chips. I love Lily's chocolate chips. Put those on top. Those are really good. You can do anything with these, you guys. You can use them as a sandwich bun. My husband likes to eat them just like waffles. He'll put them on a plate, butter them up a little bit, sugar-free syrup, and eat them like waffles. It's crazy. So check this out. It takes a minute to cook, but I'll open them up and show you. Woo. You see it's kind of cooking up really nicely there. I might have overfilled it just slightly. I'll flip it over in a minute. What I like to do, since the bottom has been cooking just a little bit longer, it gets a little crispier. So if I'm able to, depending on how much stuff I've got in the middle of it, I'll flip it over and cook the other side. You guys can see that. It gets kind of, this one's the panini maker. There's a waffle maker too. Let me see. Get a fork out. Do this too. Awesome. This is what happens when you've got stuff propped up and you're just generally a hot mess. There we go. We got it back. We're still here. Hope that wasn't super loud for you guys. Okay, what I'm gonna do, take a little fork, pry up the sides a little bit. Yeah. All right, I'll just flip it over. So you can see there, I'll hold it up if you can. Oh, it's really hot. You can see it kind of got really nice and crispy on one side. So I'm gonna let it get that crispy on the bottom side just for a second. And then that's it. Really simple. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take that. Give it another second. And actually with these, since I've got a little extra liquid in there with the sauce, I can find a spatula. That'd be great. Here we go. That'll do. Might do better. All right, check this out, guys. It's not great to use metal on nonstick surfaces, so try to do better. Woo! There we go. That's it. So the longer you let it sit there, let me move all this stuff. I've got stuff everywhere. Here's like one side of it. The longer you let it sit there, it'll just kind of get hard and crispy. And you guys, I'm telling you, this pizza stuffed one is so, here you go. Let's see the other side. Zoom in enough. This pizza one is just so freaking good. It's awesome. Like you literally don't even need to dip it in anything. It's that good. It's my favorite one I've made so far, like by far, I would say. Leave a comment if, you know, as I was mentioning the different ways that I've tried chaffles, if you've got another idea that you haven't seen anywhere or you think would be delicious, other than, you know, just using it as sandwich bread and that kind of thing. Like, if there's anything that you think would be amazing to stuff it with, because that's what I want to try. I want to try some more different alternatives and different ways. I mean, this is a perfect vehicle for anything, just about. And just, you know, a lot of people on keto, once you, especially when you're first getting started, you really miss that crunchy stuff, or just the act of eating the sandwich without lettuce wrapped around it. And this is just the perfect alternative. But I also love this idea of like a pizza snack. All right, pepperonis, sauce, a little bit of egg. And this actually, like this, instead of anything else, it's a 2 tablespoon measuring cup. And I don't even use the whole thing. It's just easier to do than the way I've done in the past. I was making things hard on myself. Just put a little bit more cheese and just keep going. Y'all, it's that easy. You do not have to be a chef or good at cooking or anything. You just have to be able to like sprinkle stuff into a maker and close it. The end. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll pick this one up and try not to burn myself. Yeah, it's cooled off a little bit now. I mean, yeah, and it'll get to where it's not even like, it's not super bendy right now, but it's awesome, you guys. The sauce just adds that extra little something. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a good day. I can't even turn this sucker off until I wash my hands. Hold on. Let me rinse them at least. Hot mess up in here today, y'all. See you later.